Does everybody understand why corporate America loves war? It's really very simple. It's all about money. You see, when we go to war in the United States, it's not just Northrop Grumman or Boeing or Raytheon that makes money. It's all of corporate America. Because when you go to war, and let's say it's either in Southeast Asia or the Middle East, or probably the next place we'll go to war, major war, which will be the Sahel. I mean, assuming that everything in Israel, calms down. When we go to war in these places, we have to build a giant military base in this theater of operations. Basically, what we have to do is recapitulate or rebuild, recreate a city the size of Corpus Christi, Texas, which is about 200 to 250,000 people. And that is from scratch. So you have to build everything right from the beginning. And that goes from the roads, the infrastructure, the buildings, everything in the buildings, everything the soldiers wear, everything that they use. So what you can do is you can point to anything in your room, wherever it is, wherever your finger lands on it. I'm going to do it. I've got this, whatever this is, to clean the screen of the computer. I got my computer here. I've got my glasses, magnifying glass. I've got a printer over here, desk, table, gypsum board, pictures on the wall. I've got a case for books, chairs, picture frames, doors, door locks, light bulbs, air conditioner systems, the vents, the fan above me, my clothes, this chair, everything. Everything needs to be rebuilt. Everything. So all of corporate America benefits, even McDonald's and Starbucks benefits off war. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but these companies like to put their like little outlets on these military bases so that the soldiers feel like they're back home. So everybody makes money off war. And it's just a cheap, easy, lazy way of making money. Corporate America doesn't want to compete. There's no money in that. They'd rather just rebuild something from scratch and sell all this stuff. You don't have to, when you're creating something new, you make a far more amount of money than if you just have to sell within your community. And competition, who wants to do that? You have to work for that. You have to get off your butt and actually think. But when it comes to a war, you don't have to think at all. You just have to be in league or connected to some congressman who can just throw a pile of money your way. And you can overcharge too, right? Everybody knows that the government pays top dollar. So that's why corporate America loves war. And that's why we live in a war economy. And that's why Smedley Butler, many years ago, who was a military guy, wrote a book called War is a Racket. And that's what it is. That's why we have the war economy we have today. And the shareholders demand it too, because the shareholders put pressure on the CEOs. And the CEOs, of course, have gazillions of shares of stock in their company. And they don't want to see it just stagnate. They want to have it grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So there's this constant pressure to do something. And so the federal government just decides to find a solution. We'll just go fight a war somewhere. And you can create war endlessly. If you don't have a natural enemy, you can create one. Years ago, Vladimir Putin, he wanted to work with the West. But the West didn't want that. We didn't want that. Our leaders, they didn't want that. They wanted Putin as the bogeyman. They need a bogeyman. They need an enemy so that they can justify their military, industrial complex, and their wars. So that's what it's all about. And that's why we have the war economy, and that's why corporate America loves war. And it's going to be that way for a long time until we change the culture, until we get off this culture of greed and getting rich. And that's it.